That bird was the biggest bird in the Everglades. That was a great blue heron, that big bird that I turned around on over there. I don't like that bird too much. He likes to eat little baby alligators if he does find a nest. I've seen that bird take an alligator down a foot long. I go, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, he stabbed it in the head, turned it around, and down the hatch it went. That bird's amazing what he could do. Now, how'd you like the ride? Good? All right, let's talk a little bit about this place. Look how clear the water is right now. Why? Because it rains a lot and it's very high. Even though I haven't had good rain for about 4 days, but it does rain almost every afternoon. In the wintertime, this place will evaporate. And I mean evaporate. It'll drop down a good 3 feet. Right now it's as high as it's gonna see it. And when it drops down like that, it's great because it starts getting cooler. And these alligators also get cool too, and they have to come out and grab the sunshine. Right now it's the opposite. Alligator can stay under that water up to 4 to 5 hours. There are 4.5 million alligators in this Everglades. That's a lot, huh? Yeah, a lot. And if you don't think he's here, I'm glad you let you go for a nice little ride, huh? I mean, a nice little dive in the water there, huh? No volunteers for that? No, I didn't think so. Now the grass that you see all around you, that is all called sawgrass. You guys are sitting on one of the slowest moving river in the world. The river starts in Orlando, then it comes to another river called the Kissimmee, then Lake Okeechobee, and then when it makes it in here, well, it goes to the ocean. Right behind my boat here to the southeast, goes to the Atlantic about 60, 70 miles, and then out there to the west, out there to the left, it goes out to the Gulf of Mexico about 100 miles. Now besides those alligators, we have a lot of snakes here. Anybody a snake lover? No, but you put a snake next to me, I will abandon the ship. I can never get accustomed to these things, huh? But they are here. Look, the snakes that belong in the Everglades are the pygmy rattlesnake. We have a water moccasin. We also have a coral snake here, which is red, black, and yellow. But then we have a snake here that some guy thought it was cute, and they dumped it in here in about 1980 when they used to have them as pets, and they're called pythons. So the guy released this python here, and another guy probably did the same thing, and the python started producing very well out here. So I have a snake here right now that could grow up to 20 feet long. They caught a state record on that road that was 20 feet long about a year ago. I've seen them here 13 to 14 feet when I run the little red boat, private boat, when I go deep in the Everglades. Now, this snake is killing the Everglades. It's eating all the birds, eating all the wildlife, eats alligators. A snake like that could eat any one of us aboard this boat. How do I eliminate a snake that the alligators fear? Yes, the alligators naturally fear the snake, so she has no natural predators. Well, we have bounty hunters, and the government pays them about $16 a foot. And these are the guys that are helping me with the eliminations of these pythons. How many are here, I just don't know. But they're still causing a big problem to the Everglades, that I can tell you. Another thing that's here is fish. We have tilapia, brims, gars, bass, and catfish. The little islands that you see all around you, these are called heads and they are on ground. But then you got this big island right behind us here. And this is just the tail end of it. Actually, it's the northeast part of it. That island goes for about 4 to 5 miles. That is called a hardwood hammock. Indians were living here in the 1900s, and they were called Miccosukee and Calusa tribe that lived here. So they lived aboard an island like that. I went aboard this island. I've actually explored it pretty well when I first started this job 7 years ago. But the mosquitoes were horrendous in that island, especially in the summer months. And I had protection. And I always wonder how this guy made it through July, August, and September with the bad mosquitoes there. But I did find out how he did it. Pretty clever man. He burned trees. Fire and smoke scares mosquitoes away. Another way he did it, he took the silky mud from the bottom of the Everglades and put it on his skin. He mudded it all up. He didn't look pretty or handsome, but he was very well protected. That mud was definitely the secret. Great camouflage for hunting when he came out here in a nice, beautiful canoe made out of a cypress tree that you will see one later in the park. That's about 100 years old, and I've actually been aboard it. And what else did that mud do? It protected him from the sun. I like to educate people about the sun, especially when I see young people like this nice young girl right here. You got to take care of your skins when you're young, because I was once young and I didn't take care of my skin very much. I've been doing this outdoor stuff basically all my life. I just turned 64 right now. I was a charter boat captain for 45 years. What I love is that ocean out there, and I still do a lot of fishing. I have my own boat. I get away and fish with my nephew a lot. But let's take care of our skins with that sun. Wear your sunscreens, that's all I can say. because that skin cancer is there. I did get it when I was 52 years old, huh? But so far so good. Take care of your skins. Any questions for the captain about this place? No? You're a silent group today? I don't get many questions. Right here, right now, it's about 2.5 feet. Yeah, and the canals could be up to 4 to 5 feet. Remember, these are man-made canals. But as far as high water, it's above 3 feet above normal. Normal average depth to the Everglades would be 1 to 1.5 feet. Yeah. So that sawgrass, like I said, the sawgrass that's all around you, that purifies the water. It slows the river down. It is a filter, a natural filter. Without that grass right there, this place would just go downhill. Just so you know. Very fragile environment. All right, we're ready for another ride. I'm going to try my best to find you an alligator out here. It's very hot conditions, but hey, I got the first ride of the day, which is usually the best. Enjoy your ride, guys. Here we go. At least we got a little breeze. Not as good as yesterday, but today we got like a northeast breeze. Yesterday I had a good southeast breeze coming from the right. All right, here we go. Nice fish here in the morning. sun a lot. And when the water drops, it's so easy for me to find them here. They like to get aboard the little islands in this canal too. Now the ones that are here are territorial. They're used to this place. They don't care about the boats going by. The boats are not scared of them at all. 365 days a year they see these boats go by, so the boat is really not the problem. The problem right now has been the extreme heat that I've had for the past few months. If you notice, there's some apples on some of these trees here. There's some to my right. There's one over there on the left hanging close to the water. That apple right there happens to be a pond apple. The Indians did eat that apple. When I first saw that apple in the Everglades, I go, man, a mango in the Everglades, that doesn't sound right to me. So it is edible, and I've tried them. They taste like a cantaloupe. The turtles and the alligators do love them a lot. But the seeds in that apple are very deadly. They contain a deadly poison called arsenic. You cannot be playing around with those seeds. Those things will definitely put you on the other side real quick, So you could eat the apple, just stay away from the seed. We're going to go slow through here. Let me see what this ride takes me through here right now. Good fruit tree here that's right here in front of us on the left side, the one with the round green leaves up here in the front. That is called a coca plum. That produces a beautiful berry. They're black. They almost look like a blueberry. They're great eating. Those you can eat all you want. Those will keep you alive out here for sure. Sometimes when I stop here, I usually see my girl. I have a little alligator here that I call Rosie. But this time of year, it's kind of tough for her. I did see her 2 days ago. Rosie, where you at?
Exactly. I thought you'd say that.
Yeah, no.
She'd come out to say it.
Yeah, no, she does, but what they eat. And many years ago, we were allowed to feed an alligator. Right now, we can't with a national park in here, so that kind of messes it up too. But in the wintertime, Rosie is usually very exposed, and like I said, she'll be laying alongside here. This is her territory. Alligators are very territorial, and Rosie definitely likes this territory right here. Keep an eye on the water. The water is very clear right now. You might see a fish like a tilapia or a gar or a bass. You can see the water movement. We are facing north right now. This water is coming from the north to the south behind my boat. And you can see the water is actually trickling very nice and slow. That's why I'm saying this is a river, not a swamp. Were here, I wonder when they had any kind of aches and pains, how do they solve the problem? Well, I did find out, huh? This little plant right here next to us to the left, nice and green, that is called a weeping willow. Anybody ever heard of something like that?
Yep.
That is an aspirin. The Indians made a tea out of that. The bark of that stuff is very, very strong, and it almost tastes like an aspirin if you bite into it. The aspirin that we're consuming in today's world was invented from the weeping willow, is what they tell us. So that was medicine to a nice native Indian, huh? There's a lot of birds here. It's just not the right time of year for the birds. We have 300 species of birds here. 200 are migratory. The prettiest bird I've seen here, a roseate spoonbill. I've also seen flamingos fly over this Everglades. I've seen bald eagles in this very area that I'm in right now. We have beautiful hawks here, like the red-shouldered hawks. We have ospreys here. So if you want to see these kind of birds, sometimes you got to come in the wintertime, huh? The wintertime when this water drops, that's when we get a shot of these wood storks and stuff like that. And we have snail kites, which I haven't been seeing very many this year. A few years back, it was loaded with snail kites. What a beautiful bird the snail kite is. Alligators made in March, just so you know. And a lot of these female alligators are sitting on a nest, but a lot of these babies are already born. Matter of fact, yesterday I was on an hour tour with the Red Boat, and one of the nests that I have way down at the end of this canal, they were all out there, all born and very nice and cute. But they got to watch out, because when they're small like that, a lot of them are not going to make it. Out of 40 or 50 that are born, maybe 1 or 2 will make it as an adult. Park in there, and the alligators that are in this canal go in that park. There's a nest behind here, right over here where that grass is right there in that little hole. There's a beautiful alligator nest in there. It's just covered up with grass. The alligators make this nest with a lot of mud, but I don't see any babies activity, and yes I do. Yes I do. There's a baby there. I just saw it. They were finally born. So the bird that we saw out there, if he just happens to fly here right now and homes in on that, he'll go like that, one by one. But that mama's not going to let him get away with it, too. That mama will tear him up. That mama will eat him and take him apart. All right, it's nice to see you guys. What sound do those alligators make when they want to call their mom? This is what they do, look. That's how they call their mom when they're in distress, or when they're in that nest and they can't get out and they're stuck, and the mom will come and kind of dig them out. If you want to know how big the eggs are, they're pretty big. They're about that big. All right, good. I don't see mama, but we saw your babies. Congratulations there. Kind of thought that nest was all over yesterday when I saw it. right. Look at my finger. Right there. Look. She's right there. She's underneath the lily right here. You ever see her swimming right here? Look right here. Look at me, guys. There she is. Look at her. See how now she went down. That's a red belly slider. Those are the ones that those alligators like to eat this time of year. These alligators carry 2,000 pounds of jaw pressure on them, so they have no problem eating a turtle like that. Here on the right side, you're going to see them now. You walk in there, walk nice and slow. You will see and encounter some babies in here. The babies that you're going to see in there are probably about a year old. They'll be about a foot and a half, maybe even 2 feet. Just so you know, average life for an alligator, 80 to 100 years old. This is all man-made. Park was founded in 1968. Back then, you could take a stick of dynamite and blow the place up if you wanted to.
A big one. There's a big fish under there. They had like a long snout. You see him? Right here on the right. It always looks like a tiki. Right behind that fence, there's a lot of alligators behind that fence. They're all underwater right now because they're so hot. Up here, you see up there is an observation deck. That's where the canoe is, the native canoe. I want you guys to go up there and check out that nice, beautiful canoe that's up there. It's about 100 years old. And this side of the park is all concrete, but the other side is that beautiful wood boardwalk, which I like and I prefer a lot better. So you could encounter an alligator anywhere in that park, especially this time of year. Give him a little room. He's used to seeing people like you almost every day. Just remember, always respect the animal and just give him a little room. I've never seen an alligator attack anybody here, but just, you know, always beware. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride. And like I said, we didn't see any big alligators because of the heat. I could get lucky and find them sometimes on the way out.
Every ride is different. Yesterday I ran 3 private rides that were hour rides, and I only saw 1 alligator in the morning, and the 2 afternoon ones were really, really bad. It's just because of the heat. I averaged 6, 8, 9 alligators on one of those rides, and it's just, this is the time of year when I struggle a lot with that. You're gonna have the nice show over there where that tiki is over there on the front of the boat there. And then after the show, you guys will be walking the park. I want to thank everybody for coming aboard this boat. Please stay in your seats until I fully tie up this vessel. You guys have a beautiful afternoon here.